Today we shall discuss about test on induction motor. Here we have got two tests on induction motor. One is no load test and blocked rotor test. So before going to the concept of no load test and blocked rotor test, we shall compare the transformer test and induction motor test. We shall compare it. So transformer, we already uh, conduct the experiment on a OC test on transformer and short circuit test on transformer. So in the open circuit test, secondary is open circuited and we are applying the rated voltage, and then you get a iron loss. Iron loss we are getting from this by conducting open circuit test, and then by conducting the second short circuit test. Second short circuit test means secondary is shorted, and then we are wearing the auto transformer such that rated current should flow. On that situation where whatever the reading it will shows in the wattmeter, that will be the copper losses. So therefore what we can evidence that a transformer, by conducting open circuit test on transformer, secondary is open circuited and then applying the rated voltage, and then afterwards we are seeing the wattmeter reading that will give the iron loss. And the here short circuit test, you are applying the rated secondary shorted, and then you are applying the rated current, and then after applying the rated current you are observing the wattmeter reading. Whatever the reading it will shows the copper losses. Once you get the iron losses and copper losses, you can easily find out the efficiency of the transformer. You can easily find out. And also by conducting these two tests, you can obtain the equivalent circuit of a transformer. So that is the advantages of conducting open circuit test and short circuit test. You can obtain the efficiency and equivalent circuit diagram. So now similar to a transformer, in the induction motor we are conducting no load test and then blocked rotor test. In the no load test, rotor is open circuited. Rotor is open circuited, and there you are applying the rated voltage. Okay, from this test, so what you can get, it means we can get the fixed losses. We can obtain fixed losses can be obtained. That is stator iron loss and then friction and windage loss can be obtained but by conducting the no load test on induction motor. And then similarly we are conducting blocked rotor test. In the blocked rotor test, rotor is short circuited, and then we are wearing the auto transformer such that rated current should flow. On that situation, the wattmeter, whatever the wattmeter, it will show the reading. So that will give the stator copper loss plus rotor copper loss. That will give the copper loss of the induction motor. Whatever the copper loss is occurring inside the induction motor, can be obtained by conducting blocked rotor test. So now by conducting these two tests, you can calculate the efficiency, because once you get a losses, you can easily find out the efficiency of the induction motor can be obtained, and equivalent circuit diagram can be obtained, and then from these data, no load test and blocked rotor test, you can construct the circle diagram, or once you get the draw the, you can put into whatever is happening inside the induction motor, you can put into graphical form. That is nothing but circle diagram. So from that circle diagram, it will give the horoscope of the induction motor. So from that you can obtain the stator copper loss, rotor copper loss. You can obtain fixed losses can be obtained, power factor can be obtained, output maximum torque can be obtained, maximum output can be obtained, and efficiency can be obtained. So therefore, these the advantages of conducting no load test and blocked rotor test of an induction motor. This is similar to the transformer test. In the transformer, we are conducting OC test and short circuit test to get the equivalent circuit and efficiency of the transformer. Similarly, we are conducting no load test and blocked rotor test in case of induction motor. So now we shall see individually. So now first we shall analyze for the no load test. The no load test, this is the induction motor, stator, and rotor is open circuited. And then for stator, we are three-phase supply we are getting through the auto transformer, and ammeter is connected in series with wattmeter. This is the wattmeter W1, W1. This is the wattmeter W2, W2, and then this is the voltmeter we are putting across the supply. So this is from RYB. This is the RYB three-phase supply through auto transformer we are giving, and then rotor is second rotor is open circuited. So therefore, this is the experimental setup to conduct the no load test on induction motor. No load test on induction motor. So therefore, one is evident that rotor is open circuited, and then so this is the supply. Three phases is supply through auto transformer. From the auto transformer to ammeter, ammeter to wattmeter. Wattmeter output is connected to the one of the stator terminals, and then Y is directly connected to another stator terminal, and then B phase we are connecting one wattmeter to the stator terminal. So W1, W2, if you add it, you get a total loss. So now how to conduct this test means we have to apply rated voltage. Secondary is open, the rotor is open circuited. You have to apply rated voltage of the induction motor by varying the auto transformer. On that situation, whatever the reading it shows, wattmeter, ammeter, and wattmeter, we have to note down. So therefore, rated voltage we have to apply here. So the power factor is less than 0.5 in this situation. One of the wattmeter show kickbacks, and then we have to change the connection. This connection M to C, C to V, C to M. We have to reverse it. And that situation, you have to whenever you are conducting these tests, whenever applying the rated volt, one of the wattmeter kickbacks, because power factor of the induction motor are less than 0.5. So due to that, one of the wattmeter shows kickbacks. On that situation, we have to interchange the connection, and then we have to take the readings. So now you shall no, when you apply the rated voltage, we get a rated voltage. You observe the readings, ammeter, voltmeter reading, ammeter reading, and wattmeter reading. So this is voltmeter reading, ammeter reading, and then wattmeter reading. So W naught is nothing but total power consumed during the test is given by W1 plus W2. We know that W naught is nothing but power. Power is nothing but root 3 V naught I naught cos phi naught. Cos phi naught is nothing but, from this you can obtain easily W naught by root 3 V naught I naught. You can easily find out cos phi naught. And then IC, that is working component, is given by I naught into cos phi naught. So cos phi naught, you already know it. From this you can get cos phi naught. I naught, you already know that from the wattmeter reading, it will give I naught. And then if you substitute, you can get the working component of the current. IC is given by I naught into cos phi naught. And then magnetizing component of a current can be obtained by I naught into sin phi naught. So you know that cos phi naught, from that phi naught you can find out, and substitute sin phi naught into I naught from the ammeter reading. So that will give magnetizing component of the current. So once you get working component of the current and magnetizing component of the current, so R naught, we can easily obtain voltage divided by current. V naught divided by current. V naught is the whatever the rated voltage we are applying. That you can get it from the voltmeter reading. So therefore, R naught is given by V naught by IC, where R naught representing the no load losses. And then here X naught is given by V naught by IM. V naught is the voltmeter reading. IM is the magnetizing component of the current. That you already know it. IM is equal to I naught sin phi naught. And from this you can easily find out X naught. This representing the X naught representing the flux setup is in the induction motor. From this you can easily find out R naught and X naught. So therefore, in that wattmeter, whatever the wattmeter W naught reading will give stator copper loss plus stator iron loss, stator copper loss, stator iron loss plus friction and windage loss. Because I naught is very small, no, I naught is very small current. So due to that, stator copper losses can, because stator copper fully depends on current. Therefore, I naught is very small. Stator copper loss, this portion can be neglected, and therefore W naught is equal to stator iron loss plus friction and windage losses. This is constant for all the loads. So therefore, W naught will give the stator iron loss plus friction and windage losses of the induction motor. Okay, so now next we shall analyze for rotor blocked rotor test. In the blocked rotor test, this is the experimental setup for the blocked rotor test. Only thing is here in the rotor is short circuited, and then you have to block it. So you have to arrange such that rotor should not rotate. Okay, you have to hold it. So now this is the experimental setup. From the auto transformer, you have to control ammeter through wattmeter and then to stator terminal, and then Y is directly connected to here, stator terminal, and B we are connecting one wattmeter. This is one wattmeter, this is another wattmeter, and voltmeter we are putting and ammeter we are putting to measure the current and voltages. Now how to conduct this experiment means, now we have to apply the rated current of the induction motor. That rated current can be obtained from the nameplate details of the induction motor, and then you apply before rated current here. On that situation, you have to hold the rotor. The rotor should not rotate it, so that's why the name is there. Rotor is blocked there is. So therefore, you vary the auto transformer such that rated current should flow through the ammeter. On the situation, whatever the reading it will show, voltmeter, ammeter, and wattmeter, you have to note down. You have to note down. So now here rotor is blocked. Rotor is blocked means, what is the physical meaning? Rotor speed is 0. Rotor speed is 0 means n is 0. N is 0 means slip is 1. Okay, and then you know that RL dash is equal to load resistances referred to stator is given by R2 dash 1 minus S by S. And so therefore, if you substitute there yes, then RL dash become 0. That is, RL dash is 0. What is represent? Similarly, short circuit on transformer. It represents similar to the short circuit on transformer. I already explained. Blocked rotor test is nothing but a short circuit test on transformer. So therefore, WSC is the total power that can be calculated from W1 plus W2. WSC is equal to root 3 VSC into ISC into cos phi SC. You know that power equation is root 3 VSC ISC cos phi SC. VSC can be obtained from voltmeter, ISC can be obtained from ammeter, and WSC can be obtained from wattmeter. From this cos phi SC you can easily calculate, that is WSC by root 3 VSC into ISC. So WSC can be easily calculated. So therefore, we know that WSC is nothing but formula is copper loss. Copper loss is nothing but I square ISC whole square into R1E, and then this is a three phase. You have to multiply it by 3. From there, R1E is nothing but WSC divided by divided by 3 into ISC whole square. This ISC is nothing but you can get it from the ammeter. You can get it from the ammeter, and then WSC can be obtained from the adding of W1 plus W2. From this reading, you can easily calculate R1E. R1E is nothing but equivalent resistances referred to stator. This is the equivalent resistances referred to stator. Similarly, impedance of the induction motor can be obtained. Z1 is nothing but voltage divided by current. So where voltage is nothing but this voltmeter reading, ISC is nothing but this ammeter reading. From this, you can easily calculate impedance. You can easily calculate it. Once you get the impedance, you can easily calculate the reactances. X1E is nothing but root of Z1E whole square minus R1E whole square. From this, you can easily calculate equivalent reactances referred to secondary. You can calculate. This is the equivalent circuit referred to stator R1E and X1E, and then whenever apply the this is the short circuit current flowing in the circuit. Okay. Now WSC is nothing but total stator copper loss plus rotor copper loss. WSC reading will give the stator copper loss plus rotor copper loss. So voltage is less. So therefore, applied voltage, short circuit means voltage is less. Stator iron loss is neglected, and then because speed is zero, and then voltage is less in case of block or rotor test, voltage is very less. So therefore, the stator iron loss is neglected, and then speed of the rotor is zero, and friction and windage loss is obtained because we are holding, and fully it will give the stator copper loss plus rotor copper loss. So when you conduct the block or rotor test, WSC will give the stator copper, how much stator copper is occurring inside the machine, plus rotor copper losses, how much is occurring, we can calculate from these readings. So once you get these two readings, now here it is necessary to obtain short circuit current when normal voltage is applied to the motor. No, it is necessary to obtain short circuit current when normal voltage applied to the motor is given by Sn is equal to VL by VSC whole square into ISC, where VL is the normal rated voltage applied, normal voltage applied from. So VSC is the reduced voltage. This you can get it from the short circuit test. The VL is the normal rated voltages. ISC is the short circuit current, and you conduct block or rotor test. From that you can easily calculate ISN. Okay, ISN is equal to VL by VSC whole square into IS. Similarly, short circuit power can be obtained when normal voltage is applied. WSN is equal to ISN by ISC whole square into WSC. WSC is the short circuit. Whenever you are conducting block or rotor test, whatever the reading you are getting, that is the WSC. ISC, you know that during that test. ISN you are obtained from this formula. You substitute here, you can get the short circuit power. So this will helpful to find out the to draw the circle diagram of the induction motor. So therefore, from by conducting these two tests, by conducting no load test, you are obtaining the parameter of R naught and X naught, and by conducting block or rotor test, you can obtain the equivalent resistance referred to stator, equivalent reactance referred to stator. You are obtaining that. Like that, you can get the equivalent circuit of induction motor can be obtained. Once you get the equivalent circuit of induction motor, we can easily, we can easily obtain the, we can easily obtain the efficiency you can calculate, and then stator copper loss can be obtained, rotor copper loss can be obtained, torque can be obtained, the various parameters can be obtained. So that way, by conducting these two tests, so you can easily by conducting these two tests, no load test and block or rotor test, equivalent circuit can be obtained, efficiency of the transform, efficiency of the induction motor can be obtained. You can draw the circle diagram by conducting by obtaining these two test results. The circle diagram is nothing but graphical representation to whatever is happening inside the induction motor. The circle diagram is nothing but horoscope of the induction motor. From horoscope of the induction motor, you can easily find out stator copper loss, rotor copper loss, fixed losses, power factor, maximum torque, maximum output, efficiency, and all the parameter of the induction motor can be obtained by that is the advantages of by conducting these two tests. You can obtain the equivalent circuit diagram, you can draw the circle diagram, and then various parameter can be obtained. So that is the benefit of advantages of conducting no load test and block or rotor test of an induction motor. Thank you.